Every night, the moon rises over Earth. It stabilizes our planet's tilt. It drives the tides. It has been the most consistent feature of Earth's sky for as long as complex life has existed. So constant and so familiar that most people never think to ask where it came from. The answer is one of the most violent events in the history of the solar system. 4.5 billion years ago, a planet the size of Mars hit the Earth. In the first 100 million years after the Sun formed, the inner solar system was a chaotic place. Rocky planets were still forming, accumulating mass by colliding with asteroids, comets, and other rocky bodies in a process called accretion. The early Earth was one of several rocky planets taking shape in the inner solar system, growing larger with each collision. At the same time, another planet was forming in a similar orbital path to Earth. Scientists call it Theia, named after the Greek Titan, who in mythology was the mother of the moon. Theia was approximately the size of Mars, roughly half the diameter of early Earth. For millions of years, Theia and Earth shared a similar orbit around the young sun. But the gravitational dynamics of the early solar system were unstable. Multiple large bodies competing for similar orbital paths could not remain stable indefinitely. Eventually, Theia's orbit shifted. It began moving toward Earth. The collision between Theia and early Earth occurred approximately 4.5 billion years ago. It was not a direct head-on collision. Current models suggest Theia struck at an oblique angle, a glancing blow rather than a straight impact. This distinction matters enormously because a direct impact would have destroyed both planets completely, while the oblique angle caused something different. The energy released was incomprehensible. The impact vaporized a significant portion of both Theia and Earth's outer layers instantly. An enormous cloud of vaporized rock and debris was blasted into orbit around what remained of Earth. Early Earth itself was largely liquefied by the impact. The planet's surface became a global ocean of molten rock, a magma ocean hundreds of kilometers deep, covering the entire planet. The debris cloud in orbit, a ring of vaporized and molten rock surrounding the devastated Earth, began to cool and accumulate. Over a period of centuries to thousands of years, the debris pulled together under its own gravity. The moon formed. The moon that formed from the debris was very different from the one visible in the sky today. It was significantly closer to Earth, possibly as close as 24,000 kilometers, compared to the current average distance of 384,000 kilometers. At that distance, the moon appeared roughly 15 times larger in the sky than it does today. Its proximity created tidal forces on Earth of extraordinary intensity. The tides generated by an early moon this close were not the meter-scale tides of today. They were potentially hundreds of meters high, reshaping coastlines with every cycle. The moon has been slowly moving away from Earth ever since, at a rate of approximately 3.8 centimeters per year. Over 4.5 billion years, this gradual drift has moved it to its current position. In the distant future, it will continue to drift further away, and the tides it generates will weaken accordingly. The early moon also had a molten surface, a lunar magma ocean similar to what covered Earth at the time. As it cooled over hundreds of millions of years, the lunar crust solidified into the heavily cratered surface visible today. The moon is not simply a feature of Earth's sky. It is an active and essential component of the conditions that make complex life on Earth possible. Earth rotates on a tilted axis, currently at approximately 23.5 degrees relative to its orbital plane. This tilt is what creates the seasons. Without it, the equator would be permanently hot, the poles permanently frozen, and the temperate zones that support most of Earth's biodiversity would not exist. The moon stabilizes this tilt. Without the moon's gravitational influence, Earth's axial tilt would vary chaotically, shifting between approximately 0 and 85 degrees over millions of years. At extreme tilts, the climate shifts would be so severe that complex life as we know it would be extremely difficult to sustain. The moon also played a direct role in the origin of life. The rhythmic tidal cycles it generated in Earth's early oceans created regularly flooded and dried coastal zones, environments where complex organic chemistry could concentrate, react, and potentially give rise to the first self-replicating molecules. Some origin of life researchers consider tidal cycling one of the most favorable conditions for the emergence of life. Without the moon, those cycles would be far weaker and less regular. The giant impact hypothesis, the scientific model describing the moon's formation from a collision between Earth and Theia, is supported by multiple independent lines of evidence. Moon rocks brought back by the Apollo missions between 1969 and 1972 share an almost identical isotopic composition with Earth's mantle rocks. This is extraordinary. Rocks from different planetary bodies typically have distinct isotopic signatures. The near-identical match between lunar and Earth rocks strongly supports the idea that the moon formed from material that was once part of Earth. Computer simulations of the impact, run with increasingly powerful models over the last several decades, consistently produce a moon-sized body in orbit when an oblique Mars-sized impactor strikes Earth at the right angle and speed. The moon's relatively small iron core, much smaller proportionally than Earth's, is also consistent with the impact model. The collision is thought to have mixed Theia's iron core into Earth's, leaving the debris that formed the moon depleted in iron. No competing model has been able to explain all of these observations as consistently as the giant impact hypothesis. The moon was not always there. It did not form with the solar system. It was created by a catastrophe, a planetary collision that came close to destroying the young Earth entirely. Without that collision, Earth would have no stable tilt, no reliable seasons, weaker tides, and possibly no complex life. The same impact that nearly destroyed Earth gave it the one companion that made life on its surface possible. This is cosmic Earth.